Hello, I'm Dr. Rosemary Mitchell, and I am going to walk you through how to set your day up for success using Arbonne's collection and synergistic products, which are designed to keep your gut healthy and to keep you full, satisfied, so cravings are capped, and to make you feel energized and good all day long. So I'm going to take you through step by step. So take note and sit back and enjoy. And if you have the products in your hand, you can walk it through with me, pause this video, restart, and get everything done. I also want to say that if you have questions, maybe something that wasn't answered, not a problem. Just drop a question in the comments and I'll be happy to get back with you and make sure everything's nice and clear. So this is an easy program. Let me start off by saying this is a user-friendly program for people who are busy and who need dense nutrition, who need energy, who perhaps may have cravings, or who are simply looking to enhance the way they feel. This is a gut healthy, and gut loving type of program. So you'll be very happy to hear that. So yes, issues like inflammation and bloating and hunger and cravings are addressed. So let's get started. All right. So I've got a kitchen table full of a lot of things, and I'm going to take you through step by step. And the first step in this process is called the gut health I can't speak, digestion and microbiome support. All right. So in it, you've got 30 stick packs. All right. This is one. And very simply, I have already pre-made one here. And its dominant ingredient is ginger. So that's very good for the digestive tract. And all you have to do is simply rip it open and put it in about a quarter cup of water, which if you look here, you'll see this is about a quarter of a cup. It's not a lot. And some people will put it right in their protein shake in the morning. I personally like to have it separately. It does have a distinctive taste, and I want to reserve the flavor of my protein shake. Also, I just get the feeling that it should be done separately. You kind of do it first thing in the morning, 15 minutes, wait, and then you can go on to having something else. So again, very simply, you've got 30 of these, one per day, and you stir it up and you drink it. And we're done. All right. So that is step number one. Step number two would be a protein shake. Again, I've kind of pre-made things for you, but what I have in there is a cup's worth. So this is our marker for the cup. I filled it with what kind of milk? Well, we've got some choices. We definitely want it to be plant-based. So I have coconut milk here. I have unsweetened. And so that means it has 0 sugar. And that's exactly what I wanted. We also have here some almond milk. And again, it is unsweetened. It's vanilla flavored. So there's that. There's cashew. There's hemp seed. There are a variety of things, everything except soy. All right. So you can use any plant-based milk except soy. You're going to use about a cup to make one serving. Personally, I have to say that I make my protein shakes ahead of time. I am busy in the morning. It's a busy time with tutoring children, doing personal training, getting ready for work, and running my coaching practice. So I want to make sure that something is ready and available so that if I'm running late, I don't have to skip a meal, which I never would want to do, because who wants to do that, right? You get hungry. So how do we make a shake? Let's take a look at some of the ways that we can get that done. So I'm going to move this out of the way, move this into view, and very simply, you put the milk in first. I'm going to show you the shakes that I have. This is the Feel Fit Pea Protein Simply One. This is 1 gram of sugar, and it is sweetened with stevia. And this is strawberry. Same deal here, 30 servings, 1 gram of sugar sweetened with stevia. And the latest addition to the pack, it is a limited edition and it's 1 gram of sugar. It's peppermint mocha flavor. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. Haven't even opened it yet. And I'm putting that aside. So essentially, we make a shake with 2 scoops of protein powder. All right. So as I said, I've put some protein powder in the blender already, but we want to have a level cup. So right now it's a little bit heaping. What I would simply do is shave it off until we've got a level tablespoon, right, of the protein powder. That's 1. You would put another. Personally, I like blending them. So if you, for example, have a strawberry, let's say, and a chocolate, you can blend them together, 1 scoop of each, and you've created a different flavor. Okay, so we've got that going. You can add to this, and here's the thing. You want to make sure that you boost your protein shake from just a shake, pleasant drink, nutritional drink, to a meal. And in order to make it meal-like, there are a couple things we can do. You can add fruit. You can add things like flax seeds, which are right here, right? So these are chia seeds. They're not quite flax, but you get the point. You can add flax or chia to add more fiber, and also to add some protein to it. I happen to like putting the prebiotic fiber in because it is a powder, tasteless, colorless, odorless, and I would add 1 scoop. Now, you may not necessarily have gotten this if you have the Healthy Habit set. It does not come with the fiber, but the fiber is available. This is prebiotic fiber. Our gut actually loves this because it has prebiotics. 1 scoop goes in. You will not taste it. And to this concoction, which is 2 scoops of the protein and 1 scoop of the fiber, that's my personal thing. You can also add, if you felt like it, you could add some greens. I happen to have baby arugula and some spinach mix. So if you wanted to add a handful of greens, you could, or you didn't have a handful of greens and you wanted to add something, we also have the Be Well Superfood Greens with spirulina in this. This actually is a blend of 36 fruits and vegetables. 1 scoop of it is 1 serving of fruit and vegetables. So you could certainly do this. All right, so you can see how the protein shake is starting to take shape from just a nutritional drink into a meal. Now, what if we wanted to add, and we should, if we're making it a meal, you can add a tablespoon of almond butter, not peanut butter. Peanut butter is a common allergen, so we are nixing the peanut butter for now, and we're doing almond butter, cashew butter, sunflower butter, any of the nut butters except peanut butter, okay? And so this particular brand I like. This is Crazy Richards, and the reason why I like it is because there's nothing else in there but almonds. Beware, there are some inexpensive brands of almond butter. When you turn it around and you read the ingredients, you see corn syrup, or you see high fructose, or you see other ingredients that are not pure almond butter. So just be mindful. This is, again, Crazy Richards, and I happen to enjoy this. All right, so to this, I might add a tablespoon of almond butter or a tablespoon of the chia seeds. We've got choices. I could do a handful of the vegetables if we wanted to, or not, or we could put in a serving of the spirulina Be Well Superfood Greens. All right, I also added to it fiber, which is not a bad deal because this actually makes you feel full, okay? It is what we call, soluble fiber. And as a result, you can use it in hot or cold beverages. You can put this in soups. You can put this in a drink. There's lots to do with this. In fact, if you get hungry at the end of the day, and let's say it's after the cutoff of 7 p.m. and you are feeling hungry, the suggestion is to take a scoop of the fiber, put it in some water, stir it around, and drink it, okay? It has no taste, but it does pack, let's tell you how many. It is actually half the recommended amount for the day. So 1 scoop packs 12 grams of fiber. This is annoying me. So let's get rid of that. Ooh. Okay. So this is what we would do for our protein shake. It would come in sequence pretty much right after we have done our probiotic, prebiotic, and digestive enzymes. So I'm going to put this aside. I also want to mention that if you don't have a shaker cup, we actually have shaker cups, which are great. They come with a little slotted piece here, right? And this goes right underneath the cup. You put it in there, you shake it up, 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 up. And what this does is it breaks up the ingredients in there. Now, if you have greens and such, it's probably not going to break up the, your arugula, etc. But if everything's smooth and clear, then, and you're on the go and you want this in your cup holder in the car with a straw, you can do all of that. So we have this available. All right, moving on. How are we doing? Are we learning a lot? Are we kind of getting the picture? Okay, so the day is progressing and you've had your protein shake, which should probably hold you over, tide you over for a good 3.5 to 4 hours, depending on what you put in there. But if you do get hungry, you can plan a snack. So the recommendation is to eat and to eat often. You should never be hungry on this program. So here's the thing. What would you eat? Well, got something for you. I wish you were here so you could have it, but you could have some pumpkin seeds with an apple, right? I do it all the time. Chop up an apple, put some seeds in there, maybe throw some flax seeds in there, maybe throw some almond butter in there. You've got a nice, chunky, chewy snack. Now, the recommendation is to have green apples. I happen to have a red apple, but that's perfectly fine, right? We are eating the rainbow, and there are many colors. And people have asked, why green apples? Green apples have more fiber in them. And so, of course, fiber helps us to feel full, and it helps to keep us regular, and all of that good, essential stuff. And part of the reason why the American diet is so sad is because it lacks fiber. Too much sugar, too much refined foods. This program is steering us in the direction of foods that are whole, right? Whole foods, and real macronutrients and mononutrients. So we've got vegetables, just vegetables. We've got seeds, just seeds, not a blending of several different things that we can't read. So we're returning to the earth. Okay, now comes lunchtime. And you can do a variety of different things. You can have your second shake then, if you chose to have 2 shakes for the day. If you're doing 1 shake, that might be time for you to have a great big salad, or you could have some hot vegetables, or you could do things like some quinoa made up with some all sorts of concoctions. So we're definitely going to give you some menus for lunch and for dinner, because here's the thing, you're going to be eating real food. And the question here is not measuring and portions, etc., although we do guide you with that. The question here is making sure that you're eating the rainbow, a wide variety of different foods, so that you can have different nutrients and you can have a nutrient-dense diet. And the benefits of having a nutrient-dense diet is, 1, cravings start to disappear almost immediately. You feel full because it has a high content of fiber. You have many different nutrients that are coming from a variety of different colored vegetables in your diet. So you are really, really, 1, soothing, healing, and accommodating your gut. And you're also aiding all of the other functions of our digestive system, including elimination, super important, right? Because if we don't eliminate, we build up toxicity in the body, which is a hotbed for inflammation. So being regular, going to the bathroom, super important. Speaking of that, that's where water comes in. Now you may ask, how much water? We've heard different things like 6 cups, 8 cups, 4 cups. Well, here's the thing. You can do a little formula, half of your body weight, right? So if, for example, you're 150 pounds, half of that, 75 fluid ounces divided by 8. So 8 goes into 75. Come on, you math people. 8 times 9 is 72. So that would be approximately 9 cups of water, of 8 fluid ounce glasses of water. And even with water, be careful. You want to make it sure that if you're getting your water, if at all possible, make sure that it's spring water or filtered water, because a lot of toxins hide out in water as well. So tap water, not so much. All right. All right. So now let's talk about, you've had some lunch, but hey, it's about 2 or 3 in the afternoon and your energy is starting to tank. That might be a time when you would have a sugary snack. You might opt for some coffee or soda, and we have something that can take care of that. The Energy Fizz, and there are a variety of flavors. We have a lot of flavors. This is strawberry. I have here mango peach, and pomegranate, which is one of my favorites. So you have 30 in a box. Let's take it out. If you need to pause this video and get some water, you can. I've set up my water in advance, and I'm going to show you exactly what we do with the Energy Fizz. Our recommendation is to have no more than 2 or 3 per day, max. It only has a gram of sugar, so it is definitely not in that category. And there's no high fructose, no corn syrup, no artificial sweeteners, just nothing. And so what we would do, I have pre-filled this glass with about 12 ounces of water, just about. I didn't fill it all the way to the top. And the reason I didn't do that is because this is Energy Fizz. It has green tea extract, it has ginseng, it has B vitamins, B6, B12, and it also has guarana, which is green, derived from the green coffee bean, which acts very differently on our bodies. Doesn't make you jittery and does not give you headaches or anything of that sort. So here is the Energy Fizz. I chose the pomegranate flavor. You use whatever flavor you have and whatever you want, right? But we're gonna get ready now. Some people get fancy, and instead of just doing plain water, they might do, for example, some club soda. They might do coconut water, right, for extra potassium. You know, you choose it. As long as it's nothing sugar-based, you're fine. So here goes. I'm putting it in. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see. Okay, so it does truly fizz on top. Nothing overflowing, but I guarantee that if you fill it all the way to the top, it probably will start to overflow a little. So I'm gonna grab a spoon here, twirl it around a little bit. Okay, this is pomegranate. Give her a sip. So refreshing, so delicious. This is something that you will definitely look forward to in your day. Okay, so I'm going to cover the fizz and get that out of our way for a bit. So here we go. I want to talk about the dinner plate. So the recommendations are to have 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. So you want to start aiming for at least 2 to 4 cups. Again, this is a whole cup, 2 to 4 cups of these per day. Do it gradually, do it at your own pace. Again, vegetables have fiber in there. If you're not accustomed to having vegetables, you may get bloated or such, or not. Depends. Everybody's constitution is a little bit different. So I say pace yourself. Start out with 2. See what that looks like. I'm going to show you what 2 actually does look like in your plate. Okay? Most people, the average person, is not having this much vegetables at one sitting. This is only 2 cups. I have arugula, I have spinach, but there are a wide variety of vegetables that you can have. And I forgot to mention this. If you would like to get the riced cauliflower, it's in the frozen section, and you can take it and put it right in your shake. It will, because of the ice, it will give it some volume, it will give it some fiber, it will pretty much make your portion of protein shake that much bigger if you're looking for volume and if you like volume. So yeah, that and this is regular cauliflower. You can put it right in there. Now, personally, as a lifestyle thing, I like to make my vegetable bowl ahead of time because again, I don't have too many hours or moments between things. I try to make my transitions at least 15 minutes to half hour, but it doesn't always work out that way. So I like to pre-make things. One of the things I love are the little baby cucumbers, right? I put that in the salad. I will put the cauliflower florets in there and the broccoli and so on. And I will mix that up, cover it over. And you'll notice I'm using glass containers because I always caution my clients against what are called microplastics and BPA. So we want to have a good meal, right? And so I showed you exactly what your vegetables look like in the plate. You're going to complement that with about a palm's worth of meat, fish, beans and legumes. They can all serve as a high protein source in your dinner meal. And so we'll also you'll be given a list of the different options that you can have, but know that going organic, particularly for this period of time where you are experimenting with different foods, whole foods, dense nutrition, I would say just go whole hog and no pun intended, and have go organic as much as is humanly possible. So your protein is taken care of, your vegetables are taken care of. You're going to eat that rainbow, so you're going to do your blue vegetables, your reds, your yellow peppers, your you're just going to go crazy with looking for different types of colors because each color has something unique. You have your red chard, you have your radishes, which are red, you have red peppers, which are red. With the blues and the purples, you have your eggplant. You have all of these things which you can welcome into your blueberries, of course, which I forgot to talk about when we talked about the protein shake. So, blueberries, the darker the berry, the greater the amount of antioxidants and nutrients. So, in your protein shake, we talked a bit about adding fruit. And I will often do either a half a banana, frozen banana, or I will do the protein with the berries. And how many berries should we have? Well, we're looking at about 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup, half a cup to 3/4 of a cup will be your serving for your protein shake. All right. And that would be considered one serving of fruit as well. So let us now turn our focus to carbohydrates. Everything has that we've talked about, your vegetables, your legumes, they all have carbohydrates. They actually have good sources of carbohydrates. Now, all carbohydrates are not created equal. You have your refined carbs, which are no good. Okay. They're just not. There's nothing good to say about them. They run through the digestive tract at the lightning speed. They have very little fiber. They are not filling you up, and your body's dissatisfied and craving for more. But whole foods do not act in that way. So, what are we talking about whole food carbohydrates? Well, we talked about some of the grains. The quinoa, which is here, I believe, is excellent. You have other choices. So you have millet, you have buckwheat, and you can make a nice pot of that and you can put some legumes in there. You've got lentils. You can go crazy with that. So those are some of your plant-based type of carbohydrates. You can also do your yams, one that is very much recommended and suggested is your it's purple in color and it's the Japanese yam. And I had one, but I think I already ate them. But you can use Japanese yams. If you don't find those, you can try jewel yams. Either way, we're suggesting going with that sweet potato as opposed to the white potato. In fact, right now, here's a rule of thumb: nix everything white. nix it, nix it, nix it. The white potato, the white rice, everything that's white, forget about that for this period of time. One, refined carbs, too much of what we call the high glycemic index, and the glycemic load is too great. It pushes you in the direction of inflammation. We don't want that. So we have a full listing of all sorts of carbohydrates that you can choose. And no, 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 refined pasta is not part of it. The pizza crust, forget about that for this period. Okay, while we're doing this, we're doing our level best to choose whole foods that act very differently on the body, that tame the flame of inflammation, if you will, and that make you feel full, satisfied, and will not raise your glycemic load. Okay. So there are many things that you can do to complement and supplement your foods. Bear with me while I look. I mentioned chia seeds, high fiber, and protein. You can sprinkle them on. If you're not familiar with chia, let's show you the chia. Not that, but here you are. Okay, so as you can see, it's just very tiny little grains, all right, stirs easily into anything, almost imperceptible. And the good news is that it packs 10, get this, 10 grams of fiber for 2 tablespoons and 0 sugar and 6 grams of protein. Come on now. And so what I would say, again, is if you're just starting out on the journey of fiber, maybe you want to go half with this. Same thing with the prebiotic fiber. Instead of having a whole scoop, which is 12 grams, you might want to go half. You're working with your body, and everybody's body is different. So you want to be, here we go again. You know, maybe it's an obsessive thing. I just don't, all right. Okay, get that out of the way. So we talked about chia. And I forgot to talk about a powerhouse that you should never, ever, ever not have in your cupboard. So what is this? Just the smell of it, it is so delightful. I cannot even, but this has milk thistle, which is excellent for the liver. The liver is one of the organs of the body that help us to eliminate toxins from the body. And so we want to keep it healthy, liver and kidneys. And all of the herbs here, which you've got a delightful blend of peppermint, milk thistle, as I said, which is a powerhouse for cleansing the liver. You've got dandelion, you've got elder, and you've got parsley in there. It's just everybody in there. And this is awesome. Your packet of tea has 20 packs of tea. It is absolutely, I wish I could smell that. It's so delicious. And this is a clean tox herbal tea. Okay, so you can have this at any point. I personally recommend having it in the morning, maybe as a mid-morning treat. You can put a little of the milk in there if you're missing things like cream and such, because definitely don't want to do any cream. Or if you were a former coffee person and you are missing the kick that coffee gives, not to worry. In your tea, go ahead and open a packet of fizz, right? You can open up a packet of fizz and you can have that. And I will wager that you will not miss coffee, because I've spoken to many people for whom coffee was, non-negotiable. And they tried this mix and it worked. So there, top secret, now you know. So the Clean Tox tea in the morning, if not, certainly as a nice nighttime ritual. You can do it at any point during the day. Okay, so we've got that going. And I wanted to show you all the little secret things that you can add, such as hemp seed. You can sprinkle this over. Why would you use hemp? Well, only because, again, it has 9 grams of protein for 3 tablespoons. So if you're looking to boost your protein, and the reason why protein is such a coveted thing, know that it does not only constitute meat, fish, beans, eggs. Protein, plant-based sources of protein are there if you want to use them as a supplement to boost your protein. And again, what will boost your protein do? Well, one thing, it helps you to feel fuller. Protein is a very essential part of our cells. So when we're deficient in protein, it means that our cells are not working as well as they should. And we want our cells working well. Again, protein is something that feeds muscle tissue. And we want to have enough protein. We don't have enough protein, and typically during the course of a day. So yeah, let's boost our protein with some of these yummy plant sources. So this is great. Hemp, we've got the pumpkin seeds, we've got the chia. Okay, so these are all the little gimmicks that you can put in a salad. You can do anything with. And we've got the flax seeds, okay? So there are many, many ways of making your meals even more interesting and more nutrient dense. All right, guess what? I am just about ready to sign off. We've talked about all the components of the Healthy Habit Set and how to use them, how to mix them, how to make them. And we are definitely going to use recipes, menu templates, all of that to organize all these wonderful things. Do not get overwhelmed. Even though I've shown you a lot, these are just things you can incorporate essentially in your meals. You're starting out your day with a protein shake, a really dense, nutrient-rich shake. You are bouncing off to have yourself a cup of tea or something. Then after your tea, you might have a mid-morning snack. Your snack, we have posted several different options, but you can do that. You should never be hungry. Just remember that, never hungry. And the advice is to eat every 3.5 to 4 hours, okay? That may feel a little bit odd to some people who are accustomed to skipping meals or just not eating that often. But think of stoking a fire, right? You're throwing another log on the fire. Every time you eat, you keep that flame, that metabolic flame burning, and it's burning calories. You're feeling full and satisfied, and cravings are at bay. So after you've had your snack, you might throw in a lovely, delicious lunch, or you might make yourself a shake because you can't stop to eat a lunch. Or as I said, you might have a nice meal. All right. Then a mid-afternoon snack, which can consist of, we have so many recipes. You can use your protein of any variety to make the protein bars or the protein balls. Remind me if we don't put the recipe in the files to definitely give me a tap on the shoulder and say, hey, I want those balls, because they are yummy, delicious. You can customize them to any way that you want to. And it's just a way of tiding you over till the next meal. And then we talked about dinner. And our cutoff is at 7 p.m. 7 p.m., the lights come down, and we're going to pace it out. You should have nothing more than maybe water or tea or that fiber concoction that I talked about. But we're giving our digestive system a chance to rest until the next morning when you start to eat. All right. So here's the happy eating. Hopefully a lot of your questions have been answered here as you see this thing materializing in front of your eyes. And again, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. We will answer them so that you know exactly what to do. All right, so I'm signing off and looking forward to hearing from you and to cheering you on this fantastic journey. Take care. Bye now.